Comics are a great way to keep the attention of the reader. They're also a good way for readers to learn about different cultures and how they view themselves. Comics are a great way to get the imagination going, and they can be a form of escape for many people. Ever since comics became popular in the 1960s, they became an essential part of pop culture. As soon we will see, there are many comic books that would be quite difficult to live without. So here are top 10 that are just some of the best comic books in the world. Or should I say, just saying, these are the comics that will not disappoint you. Number 10. Venom. If you ever read a Venom comic, I suppose, you're missing out on some really intense action sequences if you haven't. To be honest, you have to read some. We are Venom! And even though he is violent, his character has some real heart to it. Venom is truly a unique character within the Marvel Universe. He's living poison that can extend his limbs and bond to host bodies. He's killed and ate 1 billion people. No, I'm just kidding, not 1 billion, just 100. He was first bonded to Spider-Man. And that's just scratching the surface of his misunderstood anti-hero. In the wake of the S.H.I.E.L.D.'s collapse, an ancient and pre-orbital evil has been awakened beneath the streets of the New York City. And with it, something equally evil has awakened in the most wicked of web-slingers, Venom. Still a lethal protector of the innocents in New York, this never-seen-before threat could force Venom to relinquish everything it's holding dear, including Eddie Brock. Number 9. Watchmen, the 2019 edition. If you're looking for the best graphic novels of all time, you're going to want to check out Watchmen. The story is as epic as it's compelling, and you'll find some interesting allegories to the social and political climates of your area and others. As a piece of history, this book offers fascinating insights into our modern world. A graphic novel is like a fine wine, it gets better with age. Watchmen came out decades ago, but continues to stun readers and critics alike. This graphics novel is definitely one for the books, and not just one for the comic book fans either. Number 8. Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Batman Hush. After being introduced in Dark Knight's Metal, the numerous worlds of the Dark Knight multiverse were explored in a series of special one-shots through DC's Year of the Villain, with the Dark Multiverse often serving as a twisted echo of the main DC universe. These series found writers and artists alike getting creative with their villains and stories. Following the smash success of last year's Tales of the Dark Multiverse series, DC returns with the 5 new tales that explore dark, twisted timelines spinning out on some of DC's most iconic stories. Number 7. The Boys. The comic book series The Boys gives you a gruesome answer. Unlike Watchmen, which is set in an alternate universe, The Boys takes place in a twisted version of our own world. The comic book series The Boys answers the questions of a lot of things, to be honest. It grittily, and I would say realistically, deals with the idea that people who do have a right to stand up to those in power, and sometimes it takes a vigilante group of violent individuals to be there to fight what they can't. Newsflash, take the Justice League, but insane. Number 6. Injustice. Injustice is an American comic book series written by Tom Taylor and published by DC Comics. It is based on digital fighting video game Injustice Gods Among Us, and its sequel, Injustice 2. The series started in January of 2017 as a digital-first comic and ran until October 2018, when it was cancelled. The sequel to Justice Gods Among Us is finally upon us, and we've seen a lot of changes in the world of DC. Gods vs. Human, Batman vs. Superman, the Joker is dead. Well, maybe not entirely dead, after all. Number 5. Sega. Sega is a science fiction in the Star Wars space opera tradition of the genre, to be honest, and by that I mean there isn't any science. Rather, the story just happens to be set in space with rockets, laser guns, and plenty of other sci-fi stuff. Heck, there isn't even a hilarious monkey sidekick. If you've ever seen a side movie like this, in the Star Wars space opera tradition of the genre, then you would know how Saga is. Number 4. New Mutants. It is a very well-written comic series. Sofia Mendega goes to the US from Venezuela to live with a father she never met after the tragic death of her mother. She is largely neglected by her father, who is pretty much ashamed by her mutant nature. She is primarily taken care of by her butler, Derek, who is the only person to show any interest in her well-being, and unable to lift into her new school and completely ignored on her birthday by her father. Number 3. Rick and Morty. It's pretty famous by now, but yeah, typically when people start a new show that becomes a big success as Rick and Morty has become, it's hard to imagine that there's a whole other level to reach. It's helping make a name for comedic storytelling in the animated world. Having started in 2013, those first episodes have already brought us 3 seasons, and we've just, got to the cusp of the 4th. Number 2. The Walking Dead. Pretty solid and iconic, to be honest. Rick Grimes is a sheriff of a small town in Kentucky, and he wakes in a hospital. Comatose after being shot on duty, Rick finds the world abandoned by all things living and is faced with the walking undead, who attack him on sight. He returns home to find his family, son Carl and wife Lori, gone. He meets his new neighbor, who points him towards Atlanta. After retrieving supplies from the abandoned police station, Rick sets off to Atlanta to search for his family. Number 1. Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan. Oh my god, this was one of the first comic books that I've ever read, ever. To be very honest, Logan is a dark, gritty, realistic, sad, and depressing take on the character. The Wolverine character, of course. The man who no longer calls himself Wolverine, but is stuck in a dystopian, futuristic kind of universe where everybody has died. This is where he's living with his newfound family. A normal people family, to be honest, and he's just settled down and trying to live a normal life. But here's the fun part. He is attacked, and I should say not attacked himself directly. The Hulk family, which is the Hulk gang, it's a bunch of Hulks, including Bruce Banner himself. They're cannibals and hillbillies. They end up eating and destroying his family. They literally eat up his family. That's messed up, dude. They do that, which sets off Logan to go nuts and literally berserk mode. And he ends up killing the Hulk family. And because of that, he's back into it. Because he actually had given up on being, Wolverine. How did he give up being Wolverine? Well, years ago, Mysterio accidentally thought that, let's mess with Wolverine. So he made an illusion that Logan is seeing villains. So he went berserk and killed everybody, only to find out that he actually accidentally killed all the X-Men. Ah! That's so messed up and so twisted and dark. That's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, then give this video a like and share with all your friends and your family, and also subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zita Khan, and I'm the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.